Hey everyone, Jeff Douglas, the defensive doctor here, and I'm coming from Missoula, Montana. I'm out here visiting a good friend of mine, Dr. Logan Mikkelson. He's too afraid to go on the camera, but he'll show you his thumb there. Great chiropractor. Learned a lot from him this weekend. But what I'm doing this weekend is, luckily, I get to eat it. I unfortunately was not there to hunt it, but he is a avid hunter around here and does a lot of big game hunting. And so what we have here is some elk and the back strip of it, so kind of like the prime rib of the elk. We're gonna take some potatoes, we're gonna cut them up, and I'm gonna put them in a tin foil with some red pepper flakes, cheese, and melted butter. So I'm gonna show you how we're all gonna do this. I think we're just gonna do some salt, pepper, rosemary on the elk there, and we're gonna smoke it low and slow on the smoker. So this, really good. Yeah, I'd say that's healthy. This, the potatoes, not gonna probably be the healthiest thing, but it's also good to indulge, have that fine balance in life. And to make everything better, we're sipping on some Jameson whiskey right here. And we bought this 7 years ago when we were in Ireland together for a trip in undergrad for a travel study comparing healthcare systems. So that's what's on the menu tonight, and we'll show you the rest how we make it here. Okay guys, so we took little baby potatoes and then we sliced them into little pieces here, and then we're going to spread them out evenly in a foil or aluminum foil here, okay? And then what we do is we're going to take cheese. So I'm going to make layers of this. So we put one layer of the potatoes, and I'm going to try this out the first time ever, but we're going to do some Baby Bell cheese. But mostly what we do usually is just like a type of shredded cheese. Okay, so we throw a little shredded cheese over it. Okay. Like I said, guys, this is not the most low-calorie option I've ever done. And then you make one layer of some cheese here of the Baby Bell. And then what we do is we need to throw a few knobs of butter on it. So just slice some butter and just throw a few knobs of that right over the first layer. And then, depending on how hot you want it, so I recommend red peppers, just put how hot you want is how much you put on it. So that's one layer. So what I'm going to do now is put another layer on top of that, and we're going to keep doing that. And then I'll show you the final product, and then we're going to wrap it up. So this is one layer. We're going to add a few more.
Nice legs. Do you edit this?
No. Let's go. Just video it. Okay. So this is what the final product's going to look like before we throw it on the grill. Just threw another layer of potatoes, cheese of the two types, more knobs of butter. And then you want to make it so it doesn't spill out. So we're going to fold it back. Wrap it under. Okay, and then throw a second layer of tin foil around it to keep it all in. Great on campfires, great on the grill. This is delicious stuff here. This is just a treat. All right, so that's ready to go. Now we'll show you how to make the elk. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the elk before we throw it on the smoker. Simple. A little salt. We're going to throw it on there. I usually do fresh cracked salt, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. As long as you cook this thing nice and low and slow, it's going to taste delicious. Okay, salt, pepper is going on next. Make sure you cover every aspect of it. We eyeball it. If you really want to measure it, you can, but just make sure it's even. Distribution. Okay, then we're going with a little rosemary. So I did not have ready. There we go. Okay. Never used a cracker type of rosemary before. Again, get it all covered. Before we dressed this with all the seasoning, we did pat it down a little bit. So we took some of the blood out of it so it wasn't so runny. And the last one here is going to be some thyme that we're going to throw on it. All right. Oh, there we go. Careful, doesn't pouring out on you. All right. And then once we have it covered here, we're going to walk it over the smoker and we'll show you that part of it. So I'm going to finish doing this and we'll walk over the smoker. All right, so I can't see because the sun is literally right in my eyes right now. but that's okay. All right. So we have the Pit Boss pellet smoker here, and we're gonna put it on. See how? Be generous with your seasoning, guys. All right. If you can see it, don't be shy on the salt and the pepper and the thyme and rosemary. I'm gonna throw it on. We have an electric heater for electric temp live. We're gonna smoke it. We don't want to open it again. It's about 2 pounds, and we're probably roughly we're gonna cook it at about 200, 225 degrees. Should take about 45 minutes or so per pound. So this should be about an hour and a half-ish. Okay. We've had the potatoes on for about 30 minutes already, but you can cook that in the oven. That's not too bad. It's gonna need a little longer, depending how thick you make it or stack it. But we just want it golden brown, melted, and tender when you bite the potatoes. We don't want that. We don't want it to be crisp when we do it. All right, so we're gonna throw it on, and we're gonna let it sit there and let the thyme do its thing. Perfect. All right, so the temperature is now 142 degrees, and so we're gonna take the elk off of the smoker now, and we're gonna let it rest from 15 to 20 minutes. Which should allow it to raise up to about 145 when we're doing that. We're going to wrap it in aluminum foil to do that. So again, the potatoes have been going for almost an hour and a half, 2 hours. This has been about an hour and 15 minutes we're going to do here. So we're going to take it off, and then we'll wrap that. We're going to let the potatoes go. They're getting there. I can feel them. They're getting soft now, so it's good. We'll probably just turn the grill off, let them cook while we let the elk rest. So we're going to wrap the elk in just in a tin foil. Again, it's still going to continue to cook when we're doing this. So we can allow it to raise up to about it's going to be right between a medium rare and medium temperature by doing that. All right, and then the resting times will allow it to absorb any kind of juices as well before we cut it open. All right, guys. So the potatoes took a little longer than I thought, and I'm going to tell you right now, after a few Jamesons and after a few beers, I'm feeling really good right now. Okay, that's good. That's good. But here's the real talk, though. So this cooked perfectly how we wanted to. All right, and I'm going to show you when I slice it right here. All right, we got it to about 140, and we let it rest for about 15 minutes. Then we had to heat it up just a little bit because the potatoes are taking longer. Potatoes are not good on a smoker. All right, I kind of thought that was coming because it's just the temperature's low. I'm used to cooking on a hot grill. I'm cooking burgers or something, not boogers, but burgers. But so when we tried them, they were raw. So we put them in the oven and we broiled them for about probably like another 20, 25 minutes. Okay, if you put them on a grill that's hot versus a smoker, they'll be a lot quicker. Okay, we had them on there for about an hour and 15 minutes on the smoker. That was cooking at about 225. It ain't gonna cook fast enough. All right, so it's either put in the oven a little quicker, or we gotta get them actually on a hot grill. But it's gonna be fine. All right. We also made. I'm gonna have Logan turn the camera up. We also made a broth that's hot right there. So go show them the broth really quick. Okay, so there's two things that you can do with this. All right, you either take your elk right here, or even if you made a prime rib, made a broth of it, you could dip it in it, or you could just pour it over if you want it. I'm going to leave the option over to dip it, whoever wants it with that. Okay, so we're going to take it out. It's the elk. Yeah, and honestly, and for the broil standpoint, we threw it on there because we were broiling the potatoes to cook it a little faster because we were way behind. We put it in there for 5 minutes just to reheat it a little bit. Okay, so not much. So when you come in here, we're going to cut it. And that's a beautiful medium rare right there, okay? It cuts like butter. Sharp knife also helps, but I mean, if you like it medium, you're gonna want it a little bit more than that. But that right there to me is a good in between medium rare. It's gonna be tender. It's gonna be delicious, okay? And I want you to see it so you can enjoy it because that is gorgeous. I'm gonna show you the potatoes really quick too. What you see, so after, we should have a golden brown when we open it up with the cheese here. And that's the steam we're looking for. So I'm telling you, what we cooked that before was not enough. Rip it, there we go. That's gonna be tender. It's gonna be, when you bite into it, it's not gonna be that crisp feeling. We got a good brown, outside of these potatoes, that is exactly what we're looking for right there. All right, so that is the elk, potatoes. I'm gonna throw a ketchup on that. Leave that alone because that is so good by itself, and you are going to absolutely love this. So if you can get your hands on some elk, do it how we just did it, and you can make many side dishes, but this is a delicious side dish. Not the healthiest, but it's delicious. Jeff Douglas signing off, Defense Doctor. I'm gonna enjoy this and have a great night here in Montana. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this information useful or helpful, please subscribe to this channel. Just drag that mouse right over to the red box, click it so that you're notified the next time that I post a video. Again, thank you so much.